See it right there. Big jaw muscle allows you to chew. Then we have the depressor anguli oris. Basically, those are the frowny face muscles. Depressor, depressing. Right there, pulls the edge of the lips down. Depresses the edge of the lips, makes you frown. And then we have the buccinator. It's this little one that goes right underneath the jaw here. Pulls your lips back to the sides. And we have the sternocleidomastoid, one of my favorite ones. It's really cool because it's got a funky name, sternocleidomastoid. Check it out. It starts here at the sternum, goes all the way up to the mastoid process. Sternocleidomastoid. And then we're going to move on back to the back. Trapezius. See that huge trapezius muscle. Then we've got the deltoids up here on the shoulders. Then we've got the infraspinatus supraspinatus. We're going to use this little guy. Remember how we learned the spine on the scapula? Infraspinatus is under the spine of the scapula. Supraspinatus is above the spine. Subscapularis is here underneath. Let's see. Next one's on there. Teres major, teres minor. There. And then we have the serratus anterior. All right. Best way to describe them. I'll remove the little arm from this guy. These are the ones that make you jealous of people who are really thin runners. Check it out, man. These are the little serrated muscles right there on the side of the chest. If you're ripped enough to have those things showing, pretty cool. Serratus anterior, come to the front, attach there. Let's see, check, make sure I have the other, make sure I haven't missed anything. Latissimus dorsi is right here. And then we have the gluteus maximus, gluteus medius. Some people call it the cuteus maximus, cuteus medius. It's the butt muscle. Maximus is the big one. Medius are just inside, right there. So, there. So that's the gluteus. Okay. We'll spin this guy around. We'll do the pecs. Pecs major. Pecs minor. They just kind of cut away the pecs major here so you can see the pecs minor. Then we have the intercostals. All right, the intercostals. Best way to look at them is look at the way the fibers of the muscles go. External intercostals, and create a V. So in between the intercostals, the little fibers go like this. So external ones make a V. Internal ones go the opposite, go perpendicular, and they make a mountain. So if you zoom in here, you'll see external ones with the fibers going this way, internal ones with the fibers going that way. And this model was dotted, but yeah. Internal ones are currently dotted in black, external ones are dotted in blue. Those are the intercostal. And let's look at those abs. This guy's been working out. He's got some abs. Check it out. First one, rectus abdominis. Big muscles going up and down, making the six-pack abs. And then we have the external obliques, internal obliques. External obliques make a V. Internal obliques make a mountain. So this side, you can see the external obliques. The fibers are going this way. That's an external oblique. This side's an internal oblique. Going up like that. And then we have we don't have a good example of the transverse abdominis. They're muscles inside that go side to side. And the other thing that we don't see very well is the diaphragm. It's inside. The diaphragm should be obvious. It's the only one inside separating the chest cavity from the abdominal cavity. We're not going to show it in the video because if you don't know where it is, you're doomed anyways. You're going to get that question wrong. You deserve it, too. All right. So we're going to go to the arm now. We got an arm. So we're going to start with some simple stuff. We'll start with the back, triceps. These are the triceps. In front of them, biceps. And then, of course, we have the brachialis. And then we have this large one that goes here is the brachioradialis. And then, pronator teres is right here. I'm not going to test on it because, it's there. Flexor carpi radialis. Flexor carpi radialis is right here. We have the palmaris longus. It's right here, goes to the palm. We have the digitorum. Goes here and flexes all the fingers. And then they have the flexor carpi ulnaris, right here along the ulnar. And those are the flexor muscles. Now, the flexor muscles all bend here at the retinaculum. This is the flexor retinaculum, also called the transverse carpal ligament. But we'll flip this over, and while we flip it over, we're going to take a look at the extensor retinaculum. And we'll get started with the extensor carpi ulnaris, the extensor digitorum, the extensor carpi radialis longus and brevis, and then let's see, that's the end of the arm because we already did the retinaculums. So that's the arm muscles, which allow us to now go to legs, which of course I just can't find my sheet for legs. There they are. All right, we got a thigh. Check it out. It's a thigh. Now, a couple things to pay attention to. Sartorius. Sartorius, a sash. Check it out. It wraps like a sash around the top of the leg, right around the thigh. Remember it as the sash. Then we have the rectus femoris right here in the middle. We have the vastus medialis, the vastus lateralis. Okay, now we've got the inside thigh. Moving on to what thigh master is, the adductor longus, the gracialis, this long, graceful muscle right here. And then we have the adductor magnus right here, which brings us to our hamstrings. Okay, we have a semimembranous. Basically, it's the semimembranous, semitendinous, and the the biceps femoris. And that's the thigh muscles. And we can move down to the lower leg while we're here. Gastrocnemius, these are those calf muscles. And then the soleus. And then in the front, we've got the tibius. We've got the extensor digitorum longus, and we've got the fibularis longus. And while we're here, we're going to take a look at the Achilles tendon right there. And that is the rest of the muscles. What we have left to do is the integumentary system, which we will go ahead, walk over, use this board to do. And I'm going to grab my list because I forgot my list. I'm going to meet you at the board. All right, what do we got? We've got a bunch of stuff. We've got an epidermis. Notice it's up here. Notice there's no blood vessels up there. It's avascular. It's got a bunch of nerves. That's why when you get paper cut, it might not bleed, but it'll hurt. Then we've got the dermis. It's the next layer. It's got blood vessels. It's got more nerves. It's got the the hair shafts. We have the subcutaneous, fat layers, connective tissue underneath it. We have the erector pili muscles. These cause goosebumps, pull up on the hairs. We have a sweat gland. Notice the sweat gland dumps out on the skin.